What's up, everybody? Enderheart here with another Where Are You Dipper reading. We are on chapter 12, and I am really excited to get into this. It's kind of late, so I have to be a little quiet, but let's go. Seuss's POV. We were in the floor crying for at least 10 minutes. Mr. Pines dragged me in there to make them stop crying, but I just couldn't take it. They looked so broken, clinging to each other on the bathroom floor, crying so hard. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't hold in my tears, at least not seeing them like that. Alright, get up. Alright, get up, I heard Stan say. I heard Wendy slow down her sobs. She shakily stood up and tried wiping away her tears. I also stopped sobbing and picked up Mabel, who was still bawling. Come on, guys. Dipper wouldn't want to see you guys like this, Stan said. He sounded like he was fighting back tears himself. Wendy? He asked. She responded with more tears. Mabel? He asked, hoping she'd at least stop crying, at least a little. He sighed when she didn't stop to answer. Seuss? He asked. I looked up. Can you at least stop? Tears resurfaced in my eyes, and I said, Why are you trying to stop us? You obviously want to cry too. We have the right to cry. Your great nephew, her brother, and one of our best friends is sitting there in a hospital bed fighting for his life, and he's only 12 years old. And you're telling me that you don't want to cry for him? Stan looked at me in disbelief. The only noise that I could hear was Mabel and Wendy's cries. I looked down with my eyes closed shut. I thought he was going to fire me for standing up to him. I'm sorry, I heard him whisper. I opened my eyes and saw that he had completely broke down. He was crying now, just like we were just minutes ago. I'm so sorry. I just didn't want to believe it. I, I'm sorry, he mumbled. Wendy put her hand on his shoulder and he looked up. It was like they had one of those inside conversations. Wendy's eyes watered again as Stan pulled her into a hug. I was shocked. Stan rarely ever shows any kind of affection, and now he was crying and hugging. Even poor little Mabel had slowed down her crying to see what was happening. I put her down, and she joined the hug with tears in her eyes again. I stood there awkwardly, not knowing if they wanted me to join or not. They opened up their hug and welcomed me in with open arms. My eyes filled with tears as I walked up to them and wrapped my arms around them. At this point, no one was really crying anymore. I remember seeing a few tears roll down each of our faces sometimes, but that was it. I started to pull away from the hug. Stan and Wendy followed. We need to come up with the decision, Stan muttered. Wendy sighed. Please don't include us. We're not part of this family. I agreed with Wendy. Yeah. I mean, this seems like something that his parents need to decide. We heard Mabel inhale a shaky breath and saw some tears resurface in her eyes. What's wrong, little dude? I asked. My 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 p- parents are dead," she said. Wendy, Stan, and I gasped. "What do you mean they're dead?" Stan asked. They died before we came here. Me and Dipper went to their funeral, and we were afraid that we would be separated in an orphanage. So we remembered coming here when we were younger for Christmas one time. So we decided we'd tell you that our parents sent us here for the summer. And when the time came, we'd tell you that they were dead," she explained. Wendy shrugged. Makes sense to me. I'm sorry, Mabel." She smiled a little. "Why didn't you tell me earlier, kid?" Stan asked angrily. "What if I was broke? What if I didn't want two kids running around the shack all the time? What if I wasn't able to keep you two?" Mabel's eyes watered and her lip quivered. "Mr. Pines, calm down. You're gonna make her cry again," I muttered. Stan noticed Mabel's watering eyes and took a few deep breaths before bending down and putting his hand on her shoulder. "I'm sorry, kid, but you're more welcome to stay, but wow. I just wish you would have told me sooner than now. I'm so sorry," Grunkle Stan finished. Mabel smiled a little and said, "It's okay, Grunkle Stan." He hugged her and stood up and said, "Okay, well, since his parents..." Since his parents can't decide, we have to find the person closest in the relation to him and have them decide. We all know who that is. Oh my God. How could you pander this girl with that decision? Oh my God. We all looked in Mabel's direction. No. Please don't make me decide," Mabel begged. You're gonna have to, Hambone," I said sadly. She looked down at the floor. I saw waterfalls running off her cheeks and onto the tile. "Oh, come on. Don't cry," Wendy said. How can you tell me not to cry? You want me to decide whether or not I should let my brother live painfully or kill him and live my life painfully. I'm only 12 years old. How am I supposed to know what's best? This is an adult decision. I can't do it. You're trying to make me decide whether or not I should kill my brother. Oh my God, this is horrible. Oh. I can only imagine how you feel, but he's your twin brother. Whether you know it or not, you know what he needs. You just have to reach down deep in both your hearts and, believe it or not, You'll find a solution, Wendy said. Mabel looked up at Wendy with tears filled in her eyes. She looked down and said, I know. Wendy smiled and said, I know you know. Now come on, let's get some food. She looked at me and Stan and asked, You guys down for some food? We nodded and followed them out of the bathroom. I'm actually surprised no girls came in and saw us. Mabel's POV. I was holding Wendy's hand the entire way to the cafeteria. Right now, she was the only motherly figure I have, so honestly, I think of her as an older sister. So, what do you want? A burger? A sandwich? I was about to speak when Susan interrupted me. I'm gonna go get a burger, dudes. Meet you at the table. I'm just gonna go. Buy a turkey sandwich, Stan said as he walked off. Okay, Wendy said, trailing off. Since you're squeezing my hand, I guess you don't want me to leave. So I'll get whatever you'll get. Wendy laughed. I blushed. Oh, sorry, I said, letting go of her hand. No problem, she said with a smile. So, what do you want? I hesitated. Actually, I'm not very hungry, I lied. She saw right through it. Mabel, she said with a seriously face, you haven't eaten in days. All you've done is drink water. You have to be hungry, I sighed. I was hungry, but I felt like I shouldn't eat. I mean, Dipper can't eat, so why should I? She looked at me, begging me to eat. The smells of the cafeteria made it nearly impossible for me to refuse. I finally gave in. All right, fine, I said. Can we just split a sandwich? I asked. Sure, she said. We walked to the line. What kind of sandwich do you want? She asked. I shrugged my shoulders. What about grilled cheese? I asked. I smiled. Yeah, I said, nodding my head. She grabbed the plate with a grilled cheese sandwich. Why so smiley all of a sudden? She asked. Dipper and I used to eat grilled cheese sandwiches all the time, and it was our favorite. It is our favorite. Wendy smiled at Mabel's pause. Really? It's my favorite too, she said. She said, forgetting the statement. Do you want any chips or anything? She asked. Just an orange juice. She grabbed a bag of chip Ackers and a Pit Cola for herself and an orange juice for me. You sure that's all you want? She asked. I shook my head yes. Alrighty, let's go pay then. That's when I realized I didn't have any money. Let me go get some money from Stan, I said, and I started looking for him. Wendy stuck her hand out in front of me. No, it's cool. I got it, she said. Wendy, you don't have to. I can just get some money from Grunkle But she cut me off. It's okay. I sighed in defeat and let her pay. Well, you guys, that's all I have for this video. Sorry about the flashes and me messing with my computer because I was trying to fix it. But that was actually pretty crazy.